Guys, what the hell is going on? It's been really boring in the crypto market, but it looks like it might actually be getting ready to get exciting again. Finally, jeez. I guess that's why I'm back to making videos. It's been boring, but you haven't missed any news. I'm glad you guys have been enjoying my time off. Anyway, let's get into these charts over here. At the time of recording, Bitcoin is sitting back above $63,500, and it looks like, according to this chart right here and this pattern, we might be having an imminent breakout coming up. Right now, we're getting close to retesting the top of this range, and with us just having broke above the 200-day moving average again for the first time in over a month, I think, this is a really bullish indicator, and this pattern right here is actually called a bull flag. We haven't started to see any volume really coming in yet, but once we start to see these volume bars spike to the upside, I think there's going to be a pretty big breakout from this pattern. And if you take the height of the flagpole here and extend it to the breakout point, or possible breakout point that could be coming up here in the next few days, then it looks like we've got a price target above $100,000 that we could be reaching by the end of the year. The past 4 or 5 times that we've reached the top of this trading range, unfortunately we have been rejected, and that definitely could happen again this time, but it looks like we're starting to see more positive catalysts coming out that could actually be the thing we've been waiting for to send us back to the upside for some more gains. Unfortunately, it does look like we just started to get a little bit overheated here after the ETF was finally approved and started to trade, and that had us retrace and kind of consolidate sideways here since all the way back in March, so it's been about 6 months or so. And I think we finally reached that capitulation by boredom, and it's probably time to head back to the upside again. A lot of people think that the positive sentiment returning to the markets is probably because of the Fed meetings and them finally having cut rates by 50 basis points, but it's not just them in my opinion. It looks like also China is having a big deal to do with this, as according to this article on Cointelegraph, it looks like the Bitcoin price target rises to $78,000 after Chinese stimulus package. On September 24th, which was just yesterday at the time of recording, the People's Bank of China, or PBOC, announced that it will inject around $140 billion of liquidity into the financial system by cutting the reserve requirement ratio, or RRR, by 50 basis points. It looks like they're following suit for what the Fed actually had to do. And like I said previously in a lot of my videos, this was probably going to be the case because the US just leads the world economy. This article goes on to say, though, that the PBOC's recent stimulus package announcements have preceded huge rallies in risk assets like Bitcoin. For instance, the PBOC injected $367.7 billion through reverse repos in October 2023 and $140 billion by reducing the RRR by 50 basis points in January of 2024. Bitcoin's price rose over 100% following these stimulus package announcements, and according to this chart, it looks like that actually was the case. So hopefully, with us starting to see more stimulus packages and interest rates around the world dropping, hopefully this is going to precede another, hopefully 100% rally or more in Bitcoin once again. And now with governments and central banks around the world trying to inject liquidity into the global economy once again to avoid a global recession, it looks like the positive sentiment has returned, and according to this article on CoinDesk, retail accumulation and exchange outflows drive the market optimism for Bitcoin. It says retail Bitcoin investors, particularly crabs and shrimps, have accumulated 35,000 Bitcoin in the past 30 days, highlighting increased confidence and participation from small holders. So while a lot of people have been bored right out of the market, it looks like a lot of people who are actually smart investors have been taking this opportunity to scoop up a bunch of bags and get ready for the next parabolic phase of this bull market, because everybody who really knows that this thing is not over yet. It goes on to say, with 40,000 Bitcoin withdrawn from exchanges in the past 30 days, reduced liquidity suggests a potential supply squeeze, creating a bullish environment for the future Bitcoin price increases. Between retail returning to the market and all of these ETFs scooping up Bitcoin on the low and removing all of the Bitcoin from the exchanges, it looks like there's not all that much Bitcoin to go around right now, and we could be in for a supply squeeze or maybe even a short squeeze that could send the price exploding to the upside. And all of this is just in time for October, with us having about 5 days left in this month. And at the beginning of the month, I talked about the September historical returns, and as you can see, we only had 3 positive Septembers in the history of Bitcoin since 2013, and we just now put in a whole nother one with it actually being the biggest gainer of all of September's on this chart. And now as we're wrapping up the month, it looks like people are looking forward to Pumptober or Uptober or whatever you want to call it. And with us putting in a positive September, if you go back and look at this historical data, you can see that we're probably in for another 3 green months because we've never had a green September that was followed by any red month throughout the end of the year here. Plus, with this being the biggest gainer of all Septembers in history since 2013, we might have the biggest gainers coming up in the next 3 months as the market heats up and we head into the depths of this election season and finally start to see the Santa rally. I hope you guys are ready because it looks like Christmas may be coming early this year, and next month could be one of the biggest gainers we've seen in this whole bull market. Our next news story is relevant to the crypto market, but not necessarily relevant to the price action, because according to this article on Yahoo Finance, Sam Bankman-Fried's ex-girlfriend Carolyn Ellison has just received a 2-year sentence over her crypto fraud, and she's also been ordered to repay, I think it's like $11 billion or something like that. And I haven't honestly been keeping up with this situation for the past year or so I'm not really sure if Carolyn Ellison just has $11 billion sitting in a bank somewhere. And with FTX customers already being paid back, I don't know if any of that $11 billion is going to go back into the people's hands that have actually lost on this FTX debacle. And the $11 billion isn't probably held in cryptocurrency that's going to have to be sold in order for it to be forfeited. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if it really exists. But maybe this is finally just removing a little bit more uncertainty from the markets that's lingered since the FTX collapse. And hopefully these criminals getting what's coming to them actually shows investors that there's nothing to be scared of, and maybe retail is finally going to start re-entering the market even more heavily than the 35,000 Bitcoin that has been bought by crabs and shrimps in the past 30 days. Just in time for the continuation of the bull market, though, it looks like the Kamala Harris campaign is starting to vow to encourage innovation of digital assets, which is supposed to obviously be meaning cryptocurrency, and it's trying to get crypto investors to vote for this stupid piece of shit. But I don't see why anybody would believe anything that Kamala Harris has to say, especially if you're a crypto investor, because Kamala Harris has continued to lie about just about everything, really. And she wants to introduce a tax on non-realized capital gains, which means that you'll actually have to sell a portion of your cryptocurrency at the beginning of each year to pay taxes on stuff that you really haven't even made money on yet, necessarily. Additionally, they want to raise capital gains taxes to over 40%, meaning that whenever you finally do cash out, you're going to have to give almost half of your money to the government. And since people in cryptocurrency are trying to reach financial freedom, this pretty much takes that ability away, and I just don't see why any crypto investor would vote against their wallets. Kamala Harris has been a central part of Biden's anti-crypto regime, and if she wins, then we're undoubtedly going to continue seeing Elizabeth Warren running the show and waging her anti-crypto war with her anti-crypto army. Undoubtedly, Kamala Harris is probably going to start sounding a lot more pro-cryptocurrency in the near future, but I wouldn't fall into her traps because all you have to do is go look at the recent debate with her and Trump, and you can see the number of times that she's lied and how she wants to take away your freedom.
Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. It's got to be smart. We got to do it the right way.
Do you believe in the mandatory buyback of quote-unquote assault weapons?
I do believe that we need to do buyback.
Kamala Harris wants to take your right away to the Second Amendment or your right to bear arms. This is a very crucial right to your ability to actually hold cryptocurrency in self-custody, because with you deciding to actually hold your own crypto, you're being your own bank. And banks obviously have security guards and armed people protecting the assets that they hold on their balance sheets. So how the hell do you intend to protect yourself against a wrench attack where somebody comes in and hits you in the head with a wrench over and over again until you give them your private keys if you don't have access to something like a firearm? Obviously, this is going to put you at a disadvantage, and it's going to make it way easier for people like all of the illegal immigrants that are continuing to ramp up crime statistics in this country, and even the government who also wants to take away your crypto and your ability to transact freely. The Second Amendment isn't only a thing so that you can protect yourself against people who are trying to take your money. It's also to protect yourself, and mostly to protect yourself against tyrannical governments. Obviously, our government continues to become more and more tyrannical day by day. And if you really think that these people are going to support cryptocurrency technology, which has a promise to set you free, then you probably got another thing coming, because these people are going to come into your house and they're going to take your guns and your crypto and your ability to fight back. So don't fall for these lies, and just remember that a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote against your own wallet. So vote for Trump or lose your crypto. It's really as simple as that.
Remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
These guys just continue to lie and lie, even though they know that you actually know the truth. They just think you're stupid and you're going to believe them over your own eyes. So don't fall for it, because there's not good people on both sides. Right now, it's us versus them, and they're trying to take away all your freedoms, including your freedom to make financial independence. Finally, I just want to say that I've received a lot of really great comments, and I do appreciate you guys' feedback. So I'm going to make sure to respond to all of the comments from this point on as much as I possibly can. I've been slacking on that front over the past couple of months, because honestly, it's just been so dang boring in cryptocurrency. I've had a hard time pulling myself together to even pay attention to the space. But now that the excitement is returning, I'm excited to return to the market and to keep you guys updated with the news all along the way. Sunshine and Rain says, "It's time, Mike. Trump 2024. Thanks for the videos, bro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. Trump 2024 is the only way that we're going to achieve financial independence. And if Kamala wins, then we're probably going straight into a bear market. So we got to stick together, guys, and let our voices be heard. The more you guys like, share, subscribe, and comment, the more this is going to be put into the faces of other people, and the more we can rally the troops so that we can solidify the future of cryptocurrency and enter into the biggest bull market of all time." Users DX7EO7NU4B says, "Vote for Trump or see the end of crypto." This is exactly what I've been saying, and if Trump doesn't win, then we're going to continue to see the attacks against the whole crypto space, which is obviously not going to be good for the price, and that's probably why I think we're headed into a bear market if she wins. I know the polls are saying it's like 50-50 or something stupid like that, but I'm pretty sure Trump's going to win. We just can't get complacent, because if people think that Trump has really got it in the bag, then they're less likely to go out and vote, and that can actually hurt his chances. Manny Vang is one of my most active commenters here, and he says, "Does Bitcoin hit the lows every September after the halving before it pumps, bro?" Well, not exactly. I wouldn't say that it hits the lows every September, but it's pretty dang close. And usually September is the dumpiest month that we have to deal with, even in the middle of a bull market. So in my opinion, it looks like the next 3 months are probably going to be bullish, and September does usually mark the end of the summer lull. So as people come back from vacation and continue to re-enter the market, in my opinion, it's probably mostly uphill from here. Manny Vang also says, "Bro, tell me we're going back to the bear or not. This has been a year for alts." Well, yeah, it's been a bad year for alts, but that's just because Bitcoin hasn't made a significant all-time high. Yeah, it did make an all-time high, but it didn't really have the parabola part, and usually altcoin season really comes into effect whenever Bitcoin has made most of its gains. So in my opinion, we still have altcoin season to come. But first, I think Bitcoin is going to be taking the lead, and hopefully we're going to start seeing it pump here over the next couple of weeks. In one of my most recent videos with the thumbnail saying there's a $100,000 Bitcoin explosion incoming, Russell Harrison says, "Let's hope. If not, I wait more." This is the right attitude to have. Sometimes Bitcoin is going to go a little bit down and it's going to consolidate sideways, but we're still up more than 200% in the past 2 years, so all it takes is a little bit of patience, and eventually you're probably going to reach financial freedom. It just takes some determination and some discipline. Here we have Manny Vang again saying, "Bro, make sure you let us know when we near the top again in March." Well, Manny, if you know that the end is coming in March, why do you need me to let you know? Just sell before the beginning of March, and if you think that's where the top is coming in, then you're going to make max profits, and you just don't need me to let you know. It is possible that the top is going to be in March, but I think it's way too early to tell. So if you really want to know when I think the market is coming to an end, make sure you hit that subscribe button and double check it, because sometimes YouTube unsubscribes people, and maybe even hit that bell so that you'll know every time I upload a video and you won't miss anything. Like I said in the beginning of the video, things have been really boring recently, but I think the excitement is getting ready to re-enter the market, and I have lost a few subscribers over the past couple of months, and maybe it's because I haven't been uploading as much, but I think it's mostly because people have been capitulating and they've lost interest in crypto altogether. I feel bad for those guys, but it is what it is, and not everybody can actually make money in crypto, because for every buyer, there's obviously got to be a seller, and somebody had to sell you those bags that you scooped up at the bottom of the bear market, but those people are probably dead inside by now. But I hope they do take advantage of this opportunity and scoop up just a couple more bags, because it's probably getting ready to blast off and go parabolic, and this could definitely be your last chance to get lucky in the crypto space. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are we actually about to start going parabolic again, or have we not reached capitulation and we still have some more downside to go? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if it brought you value. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.